GMGers and GMGettes. Are you ready?
Countdown, 60 seconds to get ready for the Good Morning Gang morning show. It's time to get ready. Get your coffee, tea, trees, or whatever need be. Then put on your seatbelt. We're going on a journey. We'll discuss trending topics, music and breaking news to help get your morning right. Big Phil speaks, giving you his one-of-a-kind point of view. It's a GMG, and we're family. So as we count down to the start of the show, prepare for the unexpectedly. If you know, you know. Tell 1 to 7 of your friends to come in. Share your love for the show. We're about to begin. The GMG countdown.
It's time to wake yourself up. It's the Good Morning Gang morning show. You feel me?
Good morning to you. Looky, what do we have here? I don't know, probably the best morning show ever hit the atmosphere. Let's be clear, there's plenty of others that do it B.I.G. But keeping it a buck though, none to get you up though like GMG. With all the news and real point of views you can use, light and heavy topics we peruse, even a laugh or two. What you talking? Good morning gang, be the issue. And take your friends and them, Ken and all, come on in, tune in. You ain't gonna want them in state, and even the chosen haters that hate us, we end up being their favorite. Cause from 8 to 10, we get it in, believe that. I mean, from where else could you go when you a part of the show? Definitely GMG, cause when you show love, we show love back. First thing in the morning, we get you through, so after the yawning, wash up and wipe your face, get your snacks and come on in, get comfy, but most importantly, in all caps, do. Good morning. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, GMGers and GMGettes, it's your boy, Fozzie the Bear. Nah, it's Big Phil Speaks. Need a little shade, but I'm good. And this is the Good Morning Gang morning show, huh? Brought to you by myself, huh? And that good GMG, Good Money Gang. Listen, we are in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. This is Memorial Day, Monday. So this is
kind of a special edition, but not so much because every day of the Good Morning Game Morning Show is something special to tap into and to look into and to watch and see because you never know what you're going to get. Sometimes you're going to cry. Sometimes you're going to get angry. Sometimes you're going to get happy. Sometimes you're going to laugh like a mug. But I tell you what, you're going to learn something. You're going to get inspired by something. You're going to be entertained by a whole lot here on the Good Morning Gang Morning Show. So make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. And before I get into this roll call, I got to give the warning of the day, huh? Warning, warning, warning.
Warning, warning, warning. Federal law, Title 17 U.S.C. Section 107 allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted material under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. Fair use allows for the quoting of copyrighted material in the creation of a new work for purposes included but not limited to criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Fair use preserves the free flow of culture, baby. That part.
That part. There we go. Listen, ladies, gentlemen, GMGers and GMGs, who we got in the building? I know it's going to be a little shallow today because it is Memorial Day, but guess what? We going to still have at it like a crackhead with a crack habit. Huh? Forgive my analogies. Who we got in the building? Polo Dolo riding solo from that Kansas City way. What's up? The reason that he's here. What's goody like the mob, huh? On a holiday. Yeah, I'm putting in work. Peep scheme. Wagwan brethren. Wagwan. Connie Baptiste. Good morning to ye's. GMG all day, air day. Crack baby, trick baby, crack baby is in the building. Good morning to ye. Listen, XOXO, Miss Dev Lee is in the place to be. Good morning to ye. Good morning. Yes, indeed. Charlie Hustle coming through with that overtime hustle. Pause, no Diddy in the building. Good morning. Happy Memorial Day to you. Zola, what's goody like the mob? Good morning to ye. Lenny Live, son. You have to wait a second. I'm going to put the link up a little bit later on in the show today, Lenny. A little bit later on in the show. So if you stick around, if you're around, and you'll be able to cam up, my brother. Let me see. Over on the good YouTube side, Bubbles. I see Bubbles tapped in. Loverboy VO. Tapped in. Stefan.MMA. Carlos. Maddox Tony. Roxy, I see you. Lulu Jampan. Senora Mitchell. Goody good. I see y'all. Y'all come on over to be a part of the lituation, the chatterization that is on the Good Morning Gang Morning Show on YouTube. Why don't you? The channel's pinned right below. Ain't about nothing. No. I don't have the link out just yet, Lenny. I don't have the link out just yet, or whatever the case may be. I did one episode of Tapping In with Big Phil Speaks. That will be the show. Well, it would definitely be more audience orientated as far as tapping in, giving input and some other things, as well as some real conversations and some real interviews. So if you don't know, the Tap In with Big Phil Speaks will be on Tuesdays. Around 8-9 o'clock ish. I still gotta figure out what time I want to do that, but it's going up. Should wait, huh? Listen, it's a lot to talk about. Happy Memorial Day! Shout out to the veteranos, and not just the veteranos, family and friends that are no longer here. Because Memorial Day is a day to remember, to memorialize those that meant something to you. Family Day. It was symbolically a day where we got together, had the cookout, the picnic, or whatever you wanted to call it, over Big Mama's house or off in the park. Sometimes family reunions on this weekend or whatever the case may be, but a time to get together to celebrate us, celebrate family, celebrate the memory of those that are no longer here. Just heard KD. I see you tapped in over on that good IG. Come on over to the good YouTube. The good YouTube. All right, Lenny, I got you. It's all good. Where do I start, right? I got a lot to talk about. I guess the first thing I'll talk about is this. 6 years ago, and the fact that it's been 6 years already. Something happened in 2020 that sparked outrage across the United States and across the globe itself, and stood for something different and sparked protests and riots of a different nature. Because this time around, it wasn't just us outside. This time around, it became a thing where our white brothers and sisters were outside, our yellow brothers and sisters were outside, our red brothers and sisters outside, our brown brothers and sisters were outside. We were all outside in both peaceful protesting and turning the hell up in the streets. Excuse me, due to the police brutality that this brother faced. George Floyd, in which he lost his life May 25th, 2020. And here it is, May 25th to the day, 2026. No matter what you know about this brother's life, what you don't know about this brother's life, what you think you know, or what you heard from detractors or anything else, one thing we can all say for sure, that George Floyd lost his life senselessly at the hands of some terrible examples of law enforcement, at the hands of some vile, wicked individuals that had on a badge, a uniform, a gun, and more, who were sworn in to protect and serve the communities in which they live. And the one sick bastard, Derek Chauvin, I believe his last name was or is, sat there, smirked and smiled while he compressed George Floyd's chest into that ground. Did not give a damn or care as to the health or well-being of George Floyd. And this time around, America got to see it. Now, we're used to certain things like this because we've seen it a time or two, whether somebody passed on or was severely hurt. We, especially in inner city communities, have seen things like this time and time again. This time around, it was something different, though. The world got to see it firsthand. And what it did was humanize the situation in such a way that no matter what color you were, what class you are associated with it, upper class, middle class, low class, whatever, what's left of the middle class, that is, we all felt the humanitarian side of it, the tragedy of it all. To sit there and see that officer smirk while he was compressing purposely, leaning into it purposely, not giving a damn to check on what's going on with George Floyd or whatever the case may be. Other officers standing around, keeping people back, not doing their job to protect and serve the community, which meant George Floyd as well, from that wicked officer, Derek Chauvin. And thus we're here 6 years later. The slogan Black Lives Matter spawned from out of his death. Everything that happened after that spawned from out of his death. Was he the first to lose his life in such a way? Or in a tragic means by either racism and or police brutality? No. No. He wasn't the first, but his was so polarizing, again, because of the way in which it was captured. The smile and smirk that is memorialized on footage from that wicked ass officer, ex-officer, Derek Chauvin. So much so that justice had to be done. Because this time around, it wasn't just us tearing our communities up in protests or rioting, but you had, again, white folks protesting and rioting. You had yellow folks protesting and rioting, red folks, brown folks. We all felt the way, because that could have been anybody's brother, father, son, nephew, uncle. Could have been any one of us. And it made people look past just the color of the skin, but to the situation, but to also give understanding for certain people of certain colors that just for whatever reason could not understand what was all the fuss about if somebody either got hurt, maimed, or lost their life at the hands of a law enforcement officer. This time around, they got to see it and see the impact of him compressing his chest for all those minutes. All those minutes while he lay there on the ground complaining, crying out to his mother, saying that he could not breathe. Not resisting, but restrained. And America had to watch him suffocate to death at the hands of that bastard, Derek Chauvin. I don't know. That there was a misspell. There was a misspell reason. But today we celebrate the life of George Floyd. We celebrate the life of George Floyd. His death is not in vain. And as you can see, there's a lot going on. A lot going on outside. That if you are asleep at the wheel or sleep in your bed or just proverbially sleep in your mind, it's time to wake the figgity up. Time to wake the figgity up. This is episode 307 of the Good Morning Gang Morning Show, titled Never Forget. Never Forget, with a subtitle of We Are in a State of Emergency. Where are our leaders? Where are our leaders? There's a lot to unpack here, and I'm going to get to it like only Big Phil Speaks knows how to do it. Forgive me, I know I need to shave. I know I'm looking like a woolly bear, but it's all right. Who else then came in the building? Uptown Jay from around the way. My Uptown homegirl is in the building. Good morning to ye. Over on the good IG streets, I see Troll versus Clout. Michelangelo, TKBS Nation, GMG in the building. Missy Michelle, y'all come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you? But yeah, we got a lot to talk about today, a lot to talk about. Before I get a little heavier, though, damn, we did 307 of these joints. Salute to that. I'm going to be here till the wheels fall off. Shout out to that reason. I appreciate you, GMG. Yes, indeed. 307 of them things. You hear me? But before I get in that, okay, I want to give a shout out to this story here. Right. I'm gonna be ranting, I'm gonna be talking. My shiggity, I'm gonna be displaying some video footage on various topics from dealing with reparations to the Constitution and all type of things. So before I get a little deeper, I do want to recognize this individual. Hold up, didn't mean to do that. Where is it at? Da-da-da-da. We got to give shout outs with shout outs are due. You hear me? A doctor gave free medical care to a poor community for decades, but he got sick and couldn't afford his own treatment. The community he served raised $280,000 to pay for his treatment. 40 years, Dr. Michael Zollicoffer, hopefully I'm saying that right, affectionately known as Dr. Z, served Baltimore's poorest neighborhoods with one unwavering principle: forget the money. If you walked into his clinic, you got seen, no exceptions. He never turned anyone away, never asked for payment, and gave every patient his cell phone number with a guarantee he was available 24/7, 365 days a year. He had never taken a real vacation in nearly 4 decades. Then in October of 2024, Dr. Z was diagnosed with 2 cancers. renal and rectal. To make matters worse, an insurance paperwork error left him uninsured and facing $150,000 in treatment costs he couldn't afford. The same man who had given freely for 40 years suddenly couldn't pay for his own life-saving care. His patients weren't having it. They started a GoFundMe, and what happened next showed what happens when you actually invest in people. Over 3,400 people donated. More than $280,000 was raised from his community, the same people he had treated, cared for, and seen it all hours without asking for a dime. Dr. Z got his treatment. His cancer prognosis is good. He's back in his office seeing patients the same day he gets chemotherapy. Ooh, that's deep within itself. He's putting it back into his clinic to buy groceries, pay rent, and help his patients. The message is simple. What you plant, you harvest. What you give, you receive. Dr. Z spent 40 years planting seeds in Baltimore. His community became his harvest. My God, that right there is super dope. When I read that, I said, oh man, definitely needs to be highlighted. Shout out to Dr. Z. We need more doctors like you in our communities, huh? I get it. It's a business. I get it. You got to make some money on. I get all those things. But for him to sacrifice letting the dollar stand at the forefront to why he's a doctor and what he does should speak volumes to everybody. The listener that you know, to people that are watching now and who will come across this video, excuse me, or see that article online on these internet streets. We need more people like that, not understanding you're blessed to be a blessing. And when it became his time to be in need, what did the community do? They looked out for the cookout. They made sure that the one person that looked out for them tirelessly, sometimes for the free, was looked out when he had nowhere else to turn. That's a dope situation right there. You hear me? Dope situation. Yeah, it's been 6 years, Peep Scheme, 6 of them. He would have been 53 this year. Yeah. He was definitely a blessing to that community, and they returned the blessing ASAP like Rocky, huh? ASAP like Rocky. To hear stories like that warms the heart. And if it don't warm your heart, you need to check yourself and check your temperature, your blood pressure to make sure you good. Because stuff like that should either put a smile on your face or a little well up of a tear in your eye, because that's something special. You hear me? Something special. Music for God, too. Good morning, darling. I see you in the building, huh? Let me make sure this is what you call it. Boom, boom, bop, bop, bam. Yes, indeed. I'm gonna keep it pushing, but shout out to Dr. Z and shout out to that Baltimore community for standing up and sticking by one of their own and stood by them. And if you know Baltimore, you know even more why this is a special story within itself. But we need more stories like this from out of your communities. No matter where it is you're tapping in and tuning from, we need more people like Dr. Z in just about every community out there. That part, huh? Uh, it's all good. It's all good. Now, this next one, I'm veering. I'm veering. I'm veering with a little entertainment news. Some of y'all have either seen the fight or y'all seen some clips of it all over social media. If I had one wish, Ray J. Ray J, if you had one wish, would you get back in that ring again? I'm just saying, before I get serious, I got to get a little lighthearted. Ray J, what the figgity was you thinking? Ray J got knocked the figgity out, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to play this video, and I made a little collage of it with a few parts to it. Y'all check it out, but he damn sure got knocked the hell out. Shout out to Ray J. Y'all check this out.
Yo, I thought we had a plan. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get nobody in trouble, but damn, my nigga. We took a L tonight.
We didn't take shit. Your ass was over here.
I gotta talk to the nigga about
Y'all talk backstage. Super.
money we lost. Nigga.
We didn't think you was gonna win. So how y'all lost money?
Wow.
Nah, Ray J, hold on, bro. If I had one wish, I wish that I had that titty on my forehead. Why you just hit me? If I had one wish, you could take me out this ring. He done knocked my son senseless, bro. Nah, Ray.
What the fuck just happened? You talked all that tough shit. Yeah, hold on, don't talk to him. You don't deserve to talk to him. You done got a good ass haircut and then came here and got stunned.
I thought we had a plan.
What the fuck you just say?
Bro. Damn, bro. Like that? For real, my nigga? That's janky as fuck.
Nigga, say what you gotta say, man.
I don't want to say too much because I don't want to get nobody in trouble, but damn, my nigga. We took a L tonight.
We didn't take shit. Your ass was over here. Is you good?
Hell no.
Baby, come on out. It's okay, it's only me and you.
Are you sure?
Damn
Is the swelling going down?
Yeah, way down. Yeah, shrunk a little.
Okay. You know it's because of you I'm in this, right? That's why this happened. You riding in limos and stuff.
Listen, Ray Jizzle, Ray J, Slim. Let your homies get in the ring, Slim. Next time you sit down and have one wish that you wake up in that fight never happened, Slim. Don't you get back in that ring, Slim. And they didn't have on regular boxing gloves neither, so he felt all of that. But what is that we hearing? Was there a fix-in? Was there something that was supposed to have been taking place that we don't know about? I'm saying, was there something that took place that we don't know about? Was there some kind of bet or some kind of fix that was supposed to be in and homie went back on it? I hope not, because they can get in some trouble. I hope that's not what was going on. I hope that's not what was going on. I hope it. Ray J, listen, your belly was a little bit plumpy, little fluffy. Pause, no daddy for both of them words. Ain't y'all ticker? Ain't your heart supposed to be different? You had no business being in the ring in the first place. You had no business being in that ring, Ray J. What the hell is going on with you? Where's Miss Sonia when we need her? She should have came up there as soon as y'all about to start the fight. Raymond Jr., carry your ass up out of this ring ASAP like Rocky. Don't make me come up in that ring and get you. And you should have said, if I had one wish, as you were leaving the damn ring, huh? Got his ass whooped. Yeah, got allegedly congestive heart failure out there doing MMA fights. What the hell is going on out here? Do you got one death wish, Ray J? Do you got one death wish, huh? And I'm not wishing death upon no man, but boy, what the hell is wrong with you? One wish would have helped him out. Right, Nelly. with somebody claiming to be on that number, he surely is doing some dangerous things. Now, he might be trying to check things off on his bucket list. I don't know, but slam. That ain't the way to do it. I thought we had a plan. Yeah, Ray J be talking all that shit in here. Lord, my God. Clout is a terrible thing. I will give Ray J his props. He knows how to get the attention and the algorithm going. He knows how to get the clout machine going and get all eyes on him and all talking on something he done said or did. So I shout out Ray J like that, but you ain't had to get a knot on your head to do that or whatever the case may be. But did you see when he got hit? His eyes was like, you. Then he fell up against the rope. They said, "You all right?" Nah, I'm not good. Why would someone fix a Ray J fight? I don't know, Charlie Hustle. I don't know. I'm just Big Phil Speaks. I don't know. I'm on the outside looking in. You hear me? I think there was definitely a fix in the main event. Looked fixed with Lance Stevenson and Michael Beasley. Oh Lord, damn it. I'm gonna say it like this, Ray J. Okay, you got all the attention you want. I hope you're getting something out of this, brother, because you looked a little concussed with that knot on your head. You know what I'm saying? And we've been outside. My era, you rumbled a little bit. You got little cuts, scratches, bruises, black eyes, knots in your head, cut knuckles, and all the things. But that knot right there, that one right there, listen, is different. But I'm gonna keep it pushing. I just had to talk about that story and give a little lightheartedness before I start to deal with the serious, as we say in DC, the serious things that we need to be talking about or whatever the case may be. And throughout the show, I'm gonna be giving props and continued RIPs to George Floyd. Today is the commemoration of his passing, May 25th, 2020, and he is 6 years later. He'd have been my age, the age I am now, at least till I get to be 54 or whatever. So ain't that something? That's a somber and sobering thought right there alone. You hear me? Alone. Now, for all the mothers and fathers, for all the people, family members that have athletes, scholars in their families that are looking to go off to college, there has been a call for people to back away from the SEC schools, a lot of the bigger colleges and universities, specifically down south, but all over for that matter. Specifically in the states and where they're doing the voter redistricting and taking away the voter, playing with the voters' rights and all the things, and calling on them to esteem to go to HBCUs, to go to black colleges, to take the ad money, the ad revenue, and all the things away from the athletic department that helps to feed and fuel the universities, since they won't stand up and step up and stand up for what's right in their cities and states when it comes to all the foolishness, the political BS that's going on. Representative Jeffries, along with the CBC, not CDC, I'm sorry, Congressional Black Caucus, is standing in solidarity with the NAACP in calling for athletes to rethink going to the SEC schools. And I will say this, Deion Sanders proved there is an effectiveness in doing such a thing. Just because you go to an HBCU does not mean that the NFL won't come knocking. Because if you're not at one of the other schools, guess what? They're gonna come looking for you where you at. Because a lot of the sports agents and talent scouts have been looking at people since high school, and some prior to that, but generally high school as is. So Don't think that because you ain't at a Division I Southern SEC school or whatever the case may be, that your chances of getting in the NFL are diminished. Sometimes we got to stand on business, though. Y'all check out Representative Jeffries and what he has to say. Why don't you? Tiger Cookie, hey, come on over to the good YouTube. Why don't you? Good morning.
This is an unprecedented moment featuring an unprecedented attack on black political representation, and therefore it requires an unprecedented response.
That's right.
We are here standing in solidarity with the NAACP and its call for athletes to boycott institutions within the SEC that belong to states that have unleashed these Jim Crow-like racially oppressive tactics, which is unacceptable, unconscionable, and un-American. And we believe that the silence of these institutions is complicity.
That's right.
And we will not stand for it.
Now, I want to see if this galvanizes, if this takes wings, gets some momentum, and that parents actually stand up to the call and talk to their children, and that the children start to understand the seriousness of what's going on, and that there's some follow through with this type of protests and or change in how we um, patronize, utilize our talents, our money, because our athletes being there helps that school to bring in millions of dollars, millions upon millions. Millions upon millions. And if the faculty of those said colleges and universities don't want to stand up and say, hey, wait a minute. We stand against what you're doing, then we should definitely stand against standing with those colleges and universities, because they can make money off our back, right? Off our blood, sweat, and tears. And in some situations, injuries, death, concussions, CTE. Is it CTE? Then something has got to give. Charlie also said, I think it's a great plan. That's a fact. Definitely a great plan. Definitely a great plan. We got to see some follow through, though. But this is where our leadership comes into play. This is where our leadership comes to play. But where are our leaders? Where are our real leaders? I had a conversation with somebody and was real interesting. And we were talking about why the interest has been on the middle class, doing away with the middle class, getting rid of the middle class, either making it upper class or lower class, trying as much as possible to do away with the middle class. And then I was reminded that you had Malcolm X, you had Martin Luther King, both who were majorly and mostly funded by middle class Americans, specifically middle class Black Americans, but also other middle class Americans as well. And upon their death, J. Edgar Hoover and others got together and decided that there will never be another leader such as them allowed to flourish in these here good United States of America. And how do you do that? Because you can't tell people who not to really support. You do away with the support base. You do away with the machine, the monetary machine of the middle class that had just a little bit more money that could help put to the cause, the upper class, even in our own communities, they look at it like, oh, they're not going to help us so much because they're going to be more concerned about keeping their own wealth and all that, which in most cases is true. Not all cases, but in most cases are true. So what do? And lower class, so-called lower class, may not have the finances, the extras to support Black leaders or in a great capacity. So what do? You dismantle the middle class, that even medium, so that one of our rising stars in the form of leadership could flourish and really impact in the areas in which he or she needs to, especially in a time like this, especially when voter rights are being snatched, especially when they're redistricting things, especially when the Senate, the House, Congress, all the things won't do what the hell they're supposed to do. Especially when we got a frumpy frump puppeteering a lot of the things. They said that we gonna make sure that they do not have another leader such as either Malcolm X or Martin Luther King. And if you think about it, there has not been one with the impact that either Martin or Malcolm have had amongst us, amongst the United States and its people, and internationally. There hasn't been one. You can correct me if you found one. There's potentials. There's potentials. And then there's ones with selfish wants, needs, and greeds. But there hasn't been one. And we've been so splintered and divided. Forget the redistricting lines. We're so divided amongst BS lines, indivisible lines that shouldn't mean nothing to us in our communities, but we're so divided that we are effectively playing into the hands of those that we wish to keep us underfoot. I want to play Representative Mike Boast. I want to play him. He turned up and turned out over what's been going on. Y'all pay attention to this real quick.
Not the American way. These damn bills have come out here all the damn time. Come out here the last second, and I gotta try to figure out how to vote for my people. How ashamed of you should be. You should be ashamed of yourselves. I'm sick of it. Every year we give power to one person. It was not made that way in the Constitution. He was around when it was written. Now we pass rules that stop each one of us. Enough! I feel like somebody trying to be released from Egypt. Let my people go! My God, they sent me here to vote for them. They sent me here to vote for them, to argue for them. But I'm trapped. I'm trapped with my rules that have been forced down our throats. Vote.
It goes to show you that it ain't just us that are feeling the brunt of this. And for my white or Caucasian counterparts, know and understand that these changes don't just affect us, but they affect a lot of you all too. A lot of you all too. The biggest charade in it all is for you to think that Frumpy Frump and others are doing this for you. When your gas pumps in your neighborhoods are affected just like ours, when the groceries in your grocery stores are affected just like ours, when it's come time for them to start drafting people, they're going to draft your boys and your girls just like ours. And they all going to be pawns in a bigger play. You then are going to realize that we aren't your enemies. And when you realize we aren't your enemies, might just be too late. Just might be too late. For Representative Mike Boss, the congressman, very animated and very well should be. Fed up, very well should be. So should a lot more of his counterparts in Congress should be fed the figgity up. So much so that they need to do something about all these issues and things. We've gotten people put in cabinet places and positions that they aren't qualified for, know nothing about. Only thing they know to do is follow what they're being told to do. And that's not a good thing. Exactly. They're too busy kissing ass. That's a fact. Charlie also said in most of those southern states, the college sports games, especially football, is the biggest revenue stream in the state from sports. Exactly. Exactly. That's why it would be uber important. I guarantee if parents and athletes started pulling away from those colleges, oh, things would change down there. Things would definitely change because the economies would go through the toilet in a lot of those cities and towns. I'm just saying. This young lady here, I can't remember her name to save my life, but her take on why all this is going on and what's the real purpose is very intriguing, and I want y'all to watch and listen to this. Very intriguing. I think it's time we all wake the figgity up. All of us.
I know what their end game is, and it's not the midterms or Trump the chump. Please share this video. My videos are getting blocked from everybody who needs to see them. The redistricting wave sweeping Republican-controlled state houses isn't just about winning the next election. It is the systematic construction of a governing supermajority capable of rewriting the United States Constitution. The Supreme Court, in a 6-3 decision, gutted Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act that prohibited any voting practice that would abridge the right to vote on account of race. Within days, Republican governors began calling special legislative sessions to redraw congressional maps. The targets were clear: majority black districts that had been drawn specifically to give black communities fair representation. Tennessee eliminated its only majority black congressional district, carving Memphis, a 63% black city, into 3 white majority Republican pieces. Alabama, Mississippi, North Carolina, and Texas followed, using the same playbook. Political scientists call it packing and cracking. Either pile black voters into one district where excess votes are wasted, or spread them thin so they can't achieve a majority anywhere. Republicans believe these maps could deliver 14 additional House seats, but the midterms are not the end game. You gotta follow the math. To amend the Constitution, you need either 2/3 of both chambers of Congress or 2/3 of state legislatures. 34 states to call a constitutional convention. Republicans currently control 33 state legislatures. They only need one more. And at a constitutional convention, there are no rules limiting scope. The last one, called in 1787 to revise the Articles of Confederation, produced an entirely new constitution, for example, which is what they want. The organizations driving this movement are explicit in their goals. Just read Project 2025. This recent Supreme Court decision removes the legal backstop on racial gerrymandering. The gerrymandering delivers supermajorities in state houses and Congress. Those supermajorities either call a convention or propose amendments directly, and none of it requires winning a majority of American voters. Only the right voters in the right districts, in the right states. We got to continue to get organized. Community control has to be our end game, and we can't do that if we're divided or afraid to act. I'll see y'all June 13th at the Black Unity Cookout in Chicago. As always, I love you, black man. I love you, black woman. Knowledge is power. Power to the people.
Now, I do want to preface this, that these videos and the things we talk about are not anti anybody else, but the antiquated, bigoted, racist system that was supposed to have been done away with on these United States soil, that are trying to bubble up and fester and show its cancerous self again. So I don't want nobody that watches this from any other persuasion, any other race, any other culture to feel like it's a slight at them. Because it's not, unless you stand with being a racist or a bigot or any of the things. Anybody else, there comes a time where you have to make a decision what side of the line you're gonna stand on, what side of the table you're gonna sit at. Because again, these changes and things that are going on aren't just affecting us or won't just affect us, but will affect you too. Understand that. I'm gonna move on. If people knew King said it, his speech about running in a burning building, we would all think twice. Them trying to change the Constitution, rewrite laws, and abolish laws aren't the only bullshittery that's on the table. Frumpy Frump and him trying to get reparations for those people that acted treasonously against the United States in invading the Capitol on that January 6th at his behest. He's trying to get them reparations for them being locked up, them being prosecuted, them losing jobs, them all the things that befell them for their actions and activities. And they've been able to come up with $1.7 billion of it. But to recompense the people that were mostly affected in this country by the heinous history that they're now trying to either sweep under the rug, rewrite, do away with, exclude from history books and in teachings. They say it's no money for that, but they find money for everything else. So much so, it's being alleged that he's made over a few billion since he's been in office. Y'all check out what D.L. Hughley has to say. I still say, before I play that, I still say we need to get up, get out, and get something. Don't sit around waiting on reparations. Will it happen? I don't think so. There is a slight possibility. I don't think so, though. But it just goes to show you just how much the powers that be think about its own, or at least us, for that matter. Y'all check this out.
If we're having reparations given out to people that were unjustly treated by the government, black people should be the first in line. Palm Springs was black people. Seneca Village which is Central Park was black people. So it isn't what you did to us in slavery; it's what you took from us after we pulled ourselves for our bootstraps, and then you use the power of the government to take it away. You can't say pull yourself out your bootstrap. Hey, nigga, I'm taking your boots too. And I think if now you can give people that shit all over the Capitol money, you can get people that were shit on by the Capitol money. I just think it's that if you're going to say that these people deserve reparations for the 2 years they might have been in prison, I think 398 years of slavery probably is the same thing. And I think that now you've set the template that these are things that we believe in. If we're having reparations given out to people that were unjustly treated by the government, black people should be the first in line. Palm Springs was black.
Understand this. There's every justification in the world as to why not give reparations to us as a people. There's also every justification in the world to give reparation to just about every other cause or group out there. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. We in troubling and trying times. Troubling and trying times to where we have to understand and gain foreknowledge to understand where we're headed or where they're trying to steer us, so that in doing so, educate and re-educate some, and for the first time, educate some, so we can galvanize and help change the tide of everything going on. Tiffany, good morning to ye. Good morning to ye. I see you. You in the building. Good morning. We bicker and beef amongst ourselves about frivolous stuff, but when it comes to important matters, a lot of us ain't got shiggity to say. A lot of you youngsters, young adults, that is, this is your time. This is your moment in which you should stand up and make a difference. In a lot of ways, we dropped the ball. We got to acknowledge that. We got to take accountability for all that. This is your time. From amongst you should come somebody or some people that are willing to take the reins up and fight for civil rights, continue to fight for equal rights, continue to fight for equality, for justice, who's willing to stand up to and or really get in the business of these legislators, representatives, etc., aldermen, councilmen, mayors, etc. They count on our division, being divided. They count on that. We got to start proving them wrong. Speaking of which, Vic Mensa, the rapper Vic Mensa, he has something to say too. Never forget those that made the ultimate sacrifice. AG 85461, salute. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. We trusted the wrong people for them to help us. Mm. Vic Mensa goes further to talk about reparations. His insight is always interesting to take in and listen to. Entertaining as well, but definitely very interesting to take in. I want y'all to check out and listen to Vic Mensa. Him in that damn orange tree. He like to pick the orange from and eat his orange while he's putting a little knowledge and wisdom out there. Y'all check Vic Mensa out, huh?
Trump giving reparations for January 6th is the forgiving of the Confederacy. So nothing for those who built this country, but $1 billion for these niggas. Thor gonna be rocking iced out antlers. Well, 1 million black people are in prison. The problem with this whole nation is that they forgave the fucking Confederacy because the allegiance of this country is and always will be to white supremacy and capitalism. Speaking of reparations, 14 trillion is a commonly cited number of what is owed for unpaid slave labor. I mean, they gave 20 billion to Israel for a genocide. What about the Hebrew Israelites? The common argument against reparations is that no one today owns slaves, but they do own institutions built through slavery. Harvard, Chase, Aetna, AIG Insurance. Fuck it, let's go down the list of some of those who have received reparations. Slave owners in England, French slaveholders after the Haitian Revolution, Israel after the Holocaust, the Japanese after the internment camps, and Confederate slaveholders. 40 acres and a mule was stolen from the formerly enslaved, given back to their previous slaveholders, and they got presidential pardons. And what did they do? Destroy Reconstruction, Jim Crow, lynchings, vagrancy laws, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, mass incarceration, Donald Trump, January 6th. Well, reparations for black Americans are denied using foolish arguments and misinformation. To that point, I used a site called Ground News to see what was really going on with this reparations fund. It's a website and app that helps with information literacy. They take thousands of articles from around the world and organize them by story to help you understand the news you consume. They have links to 200 different articles about this issue alone, showing the reporting bias of the sources, if they're right-leaning, moderate, left, the reliability, and even who's funding the publication. Because if you get your news from certain sources, they'll tell you the January 6th rioters are really patriots, when we know damn well they domestic terrorists. Comment news or go to the link in my bio to get 40% off the unlimited Vantage plan. Well, I gotta eat.
Damn oranges. At least he eating and snacking healthy. But what he was saying was so on point. Duke Farrell, I see you over there on IG. It's been a long time. Stamp, I seen you tap in. It's been a long time. Definitely all facts. Definitely all facts. They found every excuse to recompense, to give reparations to just about every other culture and every other thing and situation, even in some business that ain't had shit to do with us as a country, not just as us as a people, but as a country, will make up every damn excuse for the foul, vile, wicked portion of history that they perpetuated and profited off of. And it's sickening. It's sickening to sit here and listen to the president of this country ask for reparations and actually put some money aside to give reparations for people that defiled the Capitol, destroyed property, hurt federal officers, went there with treasonous intent, went there under the prodding of the outgoing president at the time with a televised hit put on the outgoing vice president at that time, Mike Pence. Mike Pence need to speak up. Mike Pence definitely need to speak up. Because at the end of the day, is your party more important than your life and your family? 'Cause he damn sure put all that in jeopardy. Damn sure put your life and your wife and your kids in jeopardy. You, sir, should be speaking the hell up out, speaking the hell up and speaking the hell against a lot of this bullshittery. But they found $1.7 billion towards them stupid, silly individuals that committed acts of treason on that day. But to say, "Oh, it's impossible to get reparations for da 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 da." Hell, if they even gave us $1,000 a person and some free groceries, that would be something. It's nothing, but it would be something. To say there's no money, but you can find 1.7 billion for crock crock pot heads, crackpots. That's the word I was looking for crackpots, for off their mental individual so-called patriots that defiled the US Capitol, which is one of the major symbols of the United States, and its quote unquote greatness. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't make no sense. Right? I bit my lip, Lord. It makes no sense. It's the biggest hypocrisy known to man. It's a big magic trick to have you believing it's like a hypnosis to have you believing that there's no money that could be paid to you. Oh, but don't pay attention to this money over here that we willing to pay to them. The worst case scenario is some people were locked up a couple years. What about the people that were locked up in slavery all their damn lives and lost their lives to it, lost their loved ones, children sold out from under them, wives sold out from husbands, husbands sold out from around their wives and children, men beat, tortured, all worded, women beat, tortured, all worded. All the monies in this day and age, when you work a 9 to 5 or whatever your job is, that job is supposed to pay you a wage, and if not, you can go to court and sue to be paid those wages. What about all the wages that weren't paid on the backs of the work done by our forefathers and foremothers, to which certain families have great and companies have greatly benefited from, greatly benefited from. Talk about nothing we can do now. Oh, it's something we damn sure could do. Some of these corporations that are up, that benefited from that. Some of these families that got a whole lot of money and property that benefited from that. You ain't gotta take everything from them, but you can take something from them. You can make them put up a portion of money, all of them, and that would be a pot right there within itself. Now, I agree that it probably would never happen, peep scheme. I do agree with that. However, it's possible, meaning it's doable. Will they do it? Probably not. And that's why we need to get our heads out our ass and out of other distractions and make a way out of no way. That's why I love that song. Get up, get out, and get something by Outkast and Goody Mob. I love that song. That needs to be the theme music, our theme music, because we can't sit by waiting for, here you go, here's your check, y'all all get a check. If it comes along, if it happens, it'd be a blessing. Surprise, a shock, but a blessing. But if it never comes along, what then? You gonna sit there complaining? You gonna sit there moaning and groaning? You gonna sit there, "Woe is me, they won't do this for me, they won't do that, or they're stopping this, or they taking this away from me," or are we gonna get up, get out, and get something? Get past our own bullshittery and make shit happen the way we did back in those days on lands that they didn't want, that we lived in and thrived in, and once we started thriving in, then all of a sudden they saw the value in that land and wanted to take it from us. Happened in DC, happened in Florida, happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in Rosewood, and all the other places, Seneca Valley, what's now Times Square, Manhattan, and all the things. Not Seneca Valley, but it's called Seneca, whatever it is. The various places. Y'all get what I'm saying. Land that they didn't want or they thought was beneath them. We made a way out of no way then, we could make a way out of no way now. That's the point of all this conversation. This is the point of showing you everything that I've been showing you. Where there's the will, there is a way. We just got to reignite that will. It doesn't mean that we gotta put down other people and other cultures and other races, even their citizenship, status to get up, get out, and get something of our own. This means that we need to concentrate in-house. What's going on in our house, getting our house in order. So won't nobody be coming in our yard with some bullshiggery, proverbially. That's what we need to do. Lady Costanica, good morning to ye. That's what we need to do. We gotta stop looking at us as our own enemies. We gotta start looking at our brown brothers and sisters as our enemies. We need to stop looking at every other race and culture as our enemies. The only people that we should be looking at as our enemies is everybody, including people that share our skin tones, that are working against the greater good of us as people. The antiquated, bigoted, racist ways of the past, the Jim Crow way of living of the past and thinking of the past, all the way around the board to those that want to see us doing bad, even of our own race and culture. That's what we need to deal with. That's what we need to deal with. I'm gonna get off of that. I'm gonna get off of that though. But as the title of the show says, I just want to make sure that we never forget, not just George Floyd on this commemorative day of him losing his life, but never forget what our forefathers and our foremothers did to get us past certain things, to get us the rights that we do have, to afford us to go to schools and live in certain areas that we do live in, to get certain jobs that we couldn't think about getting back in the days. They know our power economically, literally, and everything else. We got to know it and understand it and correctly use it. Use it. We have to do that. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, until then, I just hope that a lot of you all that remember never forget. Those that don't know, learn, and then you'll never forget. In your comings and goings and the to and fro of life and the things you esteem to do and what you esteem to be, that you never forget about your ancestors and everything that they went through for you to be able to pursue your dreams, your aspirations, your goals. I hope it becomes a part of your purpose to attach that to what you're trying to do for your legacy that you're trying to leave for your family. Next topic I want to talk about, just to lighten it up a little bit, just to lighten it up a little bit, and I'll put the link out there for this. There's a great difference between being wanted and being chosen. There's a great difference between being wanted and being chosen. I know I would rather be chosen than wanted. Mm. This lady, I believe her name is Shamika Mitchell. I like what she was saying. I want y'all to hear what she's got to say. And if you want to give your ones and twos, whether it's from the comments or you want to cam up to talk about it, please do so. Y'all check this out. Wanted, chose. Choose me, baby. Choose me.
Why don't you understand that being wanted is not the same as being chosen? I don't care how many men slide into your DMs. I don't care how many men compliment you when you go to Food Line or to the gas station. Being wanted is not the same as being chosen. And I need women to understand. A man can enjoy your company, admire your body, spend money on you, post you, brag about you, even date you. But it doesn't mean that he sees you as wife material.
Mm. Sheesh. Sheesh. And that's part of our problem with everything else that I just talked about. It starts within the home. It starts within interpersonal relationships, friendships, relationships, dating, marriage, and the sort. You could want something for the moment. You could want something because of how it looked, how them curves look. For the ladies, how built the brother is, or how handsome he is, or if he look like he got a package. All those things. It's a difference between wanting something and choosing somebody and or being chosen. And I would rather to be chosen than to just be wanted. Because the thing about being wanted, just as well as and just as easy as they want you today, they could not want you tomorrow. They could pick you up like a toy and put you down when they tired of you because of wanting you. They wanted you in the moment, now they want something or somebody else. I would rather be chosen for who I am, for my purpose, for how I'm living, for whatever affection and or love that I'm exuding to said individual or whatever the case may be. I would rather be chosen by my comrades, my friends, my supporters to assume a position to help us than just me wanting that position. Because just because I want it don't mean somebody else wants me to have that position. But if I'm chosen to be in that position, speaks volumes. In relationships, both men and women know the feeling of being chosen by someone special as opposed to just the momentary pleasure or accolade. Oh, she want me. Or for ladies, oh, he want me. That's cool. That's all well and good in the moment. A little boost or whatever. Somebody wants you. It's all, it's good to get, some attention or whatever the case may be. For me personally, I would rather be chosen than to be wanted. And to further that, I would rather be chosen by one than wanted by 100. Mm, mm. Hey, Ray, I see you over there on the IG streets. I'm over here on the good YouTube. I would rather be chosen than to be wanted by hundreds or tens or even a few. I would rather. You should rather. It's like you on your job and you want that promotion. You want that promotion. You might even apply for it because you want that promotion. But you know the feeling, some of you know the feeling of them coming to you and choosing you for the promotion or permission. I mean, or promotion. Sorry about that, or position. And tongue twisted. There's a greater difference. Yeah, you can apply because you want the position. Yeah, you may get it. And yeah, you might feel a little good about getting it, but how much greater is the feeling when your boss, your supervisor, or whatever the case may be, or even your coworkers recommend you, choose you for said position. And that means that somebody else is recognizing you, your talents, your gifts, maybe even your anointing, and are choosing you for that position. Some of you are seem to be in the politics, in the Congress, Senate, and a mayor, and all these things. You want to climb the ladder. You want to be a neighborhood activist. You want to be a leader. Remember, I was talking earlier, where are our leaders? How much greater is it than you wanting to be a leader and even possibly putting in the work to be that? Then when your neighborhood, your community, those in your city, maybe even your state, choose you to stand out front for them, how much different is that? How much more weight does that have to be chosen rather than to be wanted? Mm, or to want. Just like in love and life and relationships. When you're in a relationship, even more importantly in a marriage, you're not gonna like the person you're with every day. You're not gonna feel in love every day. But when you're chosen, that person is choosing to stick and stay with you because of the bond that you all have, the commitment that you all are committed to. They are choosing. You are chosen to be the focal point of their patience, their understanding, their love and affection, and all of the things. I use that analogy because it's something that most will understand, but it can be applied to every avenue of your life. Every avenue of your life. Like I said, I use the analogy of the job. I use the analogy of being a community activist leader. Just about anything you can think of. It's so much greater to be chosen than it is to be wanted. Because again, somebody can want you for the moment and not want you for the next. They might have wanted you to serve a certain purpose, and after you serve that purpose, they don't want you no more. You might have been the new fella or the new lady in the neighborhood and looking so good, and they wanted you just because you the new thing around until something else new comes around. You might be wanted because of something that you have that you can give a person or do for a person, but then after they get that from you, or if they don't get it from you, then they tired of you and they don't want you no more. But if a person chooses you, the feeling is that much more intense. The love exuded is that much more greater. On these internet streets, content creation, podcasting, music, rapping, singing, playing instruments, producing, all the things. It's cool to be wanted as far as attention, likes, views, but it's a greater feeling. It's a greater accomplishment to know that you're chosen. For people to come sit in your podcast and listen to you. For people to choose to follow you and support you through your ups and downs and or through the music you put out and or the content creation that you do, even in the changes as you elevate. And we see that all the time. There's different people that want to support or want to see you, and then there's others that choose you and stick and stay and gravitate towards you and will stick with you through your own bullshiggery and sometimes see more in and on you than you even see in and on yourself. That's a greater feeling than to be wanted. Y'all seen it with me. There's those that wanted me or wanted to be around me or wanted to help me or whatever the case may be. As soon as they didn't like something I said or something I did or how I reacted to something, what they do, pew, or acted away or started jibber jabbing and flipping flapping and all the things. Then I got certain people that have stood by me through everything, who have chose me to be somebody that they tap in and tune in when I do go live, whether it's only a couple people or it's a few people. That's a greater feeling than all the people in there once. Greater feeling. It's cool support, the casual support, or the people that come and go like the wind. It's cool. It's alright. But it's a greater love, it's a greater appreciation, it's a greater sense of humbleness to experience those that choose you and show up, even if I don't send it out to them directly, even if YouTube is late with sending a notification, even if IG ain't promoting what I might post or reel or whatever the case may be, and they stop by my page or they come through the lives or they show up, that's a greater feeling. That's what we need more so in our communities, in our households, and in our communities to understand the difference between the wants and being wanted and choosing and being chosen. Life is about choices. We need to start choosing the right ones. We need to start choosing the right people in our personal lives that we lay up with, attach ourselves to, get married to, build businesses with, that we support, who have our best interests at heart, representing us as a people, as a community. I would rather have a few select individuals that have chosen me than to have a bunch of people that just want me for the moment, in whatever capacity. love, life, entertainment, whatever. I would rather be chosen than to be wanted. And I hope that you hear what I'm saying and that you're gleaning it, that you're soaking it up, and that you understand what I'm saying enough to say, "You know what? You right, Phil. You right." Because wanting is more like liking someone and the emotions that come with that. They off and on, they up and down. You like them in the moment, you don't like them this day, you like them again on Tuesday, whatever the case may be. Choosing someone or being chosen is a greater sense of love, no matter how you slice the pie or how you cut it. If anybody wants to tap in and come talk about it or whatever the case may be, the link is pinned up at the top. If you don't, cool. It's Memorial Day weekend. I get it. Some of y'all are in the bed, you know what I'm saying, with your bonnet half on your head. Fellas and ladies got drool stains coming out of, they mouth, little booger stains coming out the side of their face from snoring and farting all night. I get it. But if you so choose to want to tap in, the link is up there at the top. And also do know this too. If you're chosen, there's a greater responsibility to the one that's being chosen as well. Excuse me. It's a greater responsibility between the one that's chosen, the one that's wanted. Greater responsibility, whether it's an opportunity, online opportunity, whether it's a real life opportunity, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a political position or community activist position, whatever the case may be, or as an athlete that's chosen to play for a team or whatever the case may be. It's a greater responsibility to self and to those that actually chose you. For the people that have chosen me and that come by when I go live and all that, there's a greater responsibility to make sure that they are all entertained, learning something, inspired, educated or re-educated, that I'm putting on good enough content that shows just why they've chosen me. I guess you can call it choosing your tribe chooses you type of thing, or choosing your tribe. We gotta understand, to whom is called, much is required, and being chosen is a special calling, no matter what it is, whether it's in love, whether it's in business, whatever the case may be. To whom is called, much is required. And I think today being Memorial Day, this being the tail end of Memorial Day weekend, should be a time to reflect, not only on the people that have served our country, served within your families, family members and friends that are no longer here, but also to serve to memorialize things in your life, to remember certain times in your life, to reflect, internalize, to understand one that you're chosen to be here upon the day, because there's certain people that ain't make it to see the day, that your purpose is yet to be fulfilled, and you get one more chance to breathe, inhale and exhale, and try to complete that mission, that purpose. I hope I haven't bored y'all with my monologues, my soliloquies, my thoughts and expressions. But the goal is for at all times that we become better people, that I become a better man, that y'all become better men and better women, that you learn something, that you glean something out of what's going on, that you get a laugh or two, that you maybe get angered, maybe get sad at some of the topics and things, but that you learn something, pick up something, and you take it away from the show. Bad Wilson, GMG, I see you. That hopefully you take it home with you. You live alone, that you take it home and soak it up and you start to apply the things. If you live with a family, whether it be kids, spouse, or both, that you implement some of it into your household or talk about the things that we talk about here in your household, amongst your family and friends, or on your job, or whatever the case may be. And I pray that you all continue to choose me, that you all continue to choose me over and over again to provide you with content when when I do and when I will. Outside of the platforms y'all see me on now, prepare to see me on TikTok as well. I will be starting to do lives on TikTok. So if you're not following me on TikTok, follow me at Big Phil Speaks on TikTok or whatever the case may be. For those that would, if you can't or you ain't, I can dig that. I understand that. No hard feelings. But if you're over on TikTok, come join it, bro. You feel me? Oh, and excuse me. I apologize. I ain't even asked y'all how y'all doing on this wonderful Monday, on this holiday Monday. I know a lot of y'all are still in the bed twiddling your toes, letting your bunions just intermingle and you just shaking toe chips off, wiggling your feet. Some eating bonbons and biscuits. Rest up. What's goody like the mob? Shit, top of the top. I'm up early this morning. Finally caught a show. Appreciate that, my brother. Yes. We here Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I'm still thinking and considering about making it 5 days a week, though. I'm still considering about making it 5 days a week. You grilled yesterday? That's what's up. That's what's up. I know I know you and the family appreciated that, 'cause ain't nothing like a good grilling, you know what I'm talking about? For those that can actually grill, 'cause some of y'all get on the grill and be, blaspheming on the grill. You know what I'm talking about? Mixing Spurs in the championship. Y'all up 3-0, right? When's the next game? Tonight? I haven't really paid attention, but Knicks is actually doing their thug thizzle. Ain't that something? About 3, 4, 5 years ago, who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought? But it goes to show that any and everything is possible. Any and everything is possible. Yeah, the Spurs winning the championship just like '99. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Hmm. Somebody give you a parlay. Listen. He said, I don't gamble. I look. Listen. Especially in this day and age, you don't know if a game is rigged or you don't know what's gonna happen. Knicks win 10-year parade. Listen, I know if the Knicks win this next one, they're gonna turn up Shway. If they win the championship though, the finals, oh my goodness, New York is gonna go up. You hear me? One thing for sure about 7 things for certain, New York is a very spirited place, and the people all of are a big ball of emotions, and if New York the Knicks win the NBA Finals championship, oh my god. I think it's gonna be a feeling like none other. It's gonna be a big, big, big thing, and if they do win it, it'll be much well deserved. You know, I ain't from New York. I got people that I rock with in New York or whatever the case may be, but if they win this championship, it'll be much well deserved. For, my Washington Wizards, I don't know what the hell they doing. I don't know what they doing. That's why I ain't really I support them, but I've been more so supporting the Golden State Warriors and the Mavericks behind them, pause. But I don't know. I think the Wizards need to go back to being the damn Bullets. Forget what it sound like. When we was the Washington Bullets, we was pretty good. Sibley Nathan came around the way. Why you hope San Antonio loses and that's where you from, Nate? Damn it. You said New NYC will burn down? Trump will win office again if the niggas win a championship this year. The rest of them, go sit your ass down. It's like, nah. LeBron has been messing yours up. Yeah. Nay, why would you want your city to look? Nay, why would you want what? I'm not a Redskin fans, but if they got to the Super Bowl, I'm not gonna say I don't and they not playing my team, which they couldn't. I'm not gonna say I want them to lose. Why you want them to lose, Nay? Nay? Lie again. I'm not from. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Damn it, Jim. Or should I say the city and state in which you dwell? Why you want the team from your city to lose? Then let me properly expound and speak to that. Who would you then be rooting for then, Nate? Who would you then be rooting for? Shit, Eagles fan. All of them are haters, real live with. Well, listen, in my book, y'all all are haters. Philly Eagle lovers, 49er lovers, all of y'all are haters. New York Giant lovers, all of y'all are haters. Even from where I'm at, Washington Commanders slash Redskins, y'all are haters too. Hating on a bomb ass team like the Cowboys, even in our bullshittery. You hear me? Excuse me, sheesh. Mm-mm-mm. She like, shush. Watch my mouth. I'm telling it like a TI is. Room full of haters. You know what I'm talking about? But it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Ooh, baby. It's all right. I am tired. I am tired. I woke up. I went to sleep a little early last night, and I woke up around like 3 ish this morning, and been up ever since. Never hated these MFers already going crazy in the city. I can dig it. I can dig it. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you aren't following me on TikTok, please head on over there at your convenience and follow me on TikTok. For those that are watching from over on X, formerly known as Twitter's, Facebook, or Twitch, or even IG, come on over here to YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Come join the GMG family. We're a family over here. We fall out and fall back in love and all the things, but definitely you want to be tapped in and tuned in to the morning show, Feel the Love, Fridays, the tapping with Big Phil Speaks, and anything else that I put on this good Big Phil Speaks channel. You want to be a part of it. To walk her to her car. Huh? What are you talking about, Nate? To walk who to what car? What are you talking about? What the hell is Nate talking about? Ha! Oh, you talking about because I said I woke up around 3 o'clock? Nah, if somebody was spending the night here, they gonna spend the night. You hear me? 3 in the morning, huh? What? Sheesh. 49ers play the Eagles and the Cowboys this season. Can't wait. Y'all get y'all bread up. I'm betting everything. I bet. Don't lose your house though, rest up. We are family like a giant tree branching out towards the sky. That part, Nelly Nail. That part. They talking about woke up the walker to her car. Well, dang, 3 a.m. TikTok. Okay, not ready to mess with X connected to Musk. I can dig it. I can dig it. I can dig it. 3 in the morning is crazy. If a woman got to get up out of my bed 3 in the morning to go home, she don't need to be there in the first place. Outside of if it's a fact that them a flight, a early morning flight, and they got to get back to wherever, if they got to get up out my bed 3 in the morning, they don't never need to be in my bed anyway. How about that? And if I was waking up 3 in the morning and somebody was laying next to me, it's gonna be some good boo loving. You feel me? That part. That early morning shift, Lord, late in the midnight hour, that's when some of that good happens. You hear me? Excuse me. Don't let that go over nobody's head, huh? That's when some of the greatest love making or effing, as y'all want to say, happens. You hear me? Salute to everybody tapping in from IG. I see y'all. Everybody tapping in from the good Twitter, X, formerly known as Twitters. I see y'all. But hell no, Assembly Day. They got in my bed the night before. They gonna lay there till the morning time, huh? Of their own accord. I ain't hold nobody hostage. They gonna want to hold me hostage. You hear me? Remember, it's a difference between being wanted and being chosen. It's the difference between being wanted and being chosen, huh? And if they choose to be chosen and or be in my bed, then they're choosing to, yeah. That part right there means for God to, yeah. To wake up or to be woken up with the good. You know what I'm talking about? Look at Nick. She know what I'm talking about. She giggling, but she like, "Oh, Phil, you telling it like it is. You telling the truth." Indeed I am. Indeed I am. Yep. Mhm. And if they have chosen to come over my house, then that mean they choosing me to, you know what I'm talking about, and they gonna choose to be here the whole night. I like that. Imma have to make that a post today. Look, have at it. Have at it. Listen, I'm just saying. Unless the early morning flight or they job shift is off hours or whatever the case may be. Listen, I don't want you to want me in the moment. I want you to choose me. I want to be chosen. Ah, pause, no diddy. As I would definitely be choosing you. You know what I'm talking about? You'll be chosen to me, huh? That part. And for all y'all men and women that get up in the middle of the night to leave to go home, you need to reevaluate yourselves. What is it you're doing? Do you really want this person, or are you choosing this person? And if you're wanting this person, what you wanting them for? To pick him up to put him down, to pick her up to put her down? What is it you want, huh? And I get it. Sometimes it be like that. Sometimes it be like that. I get it. But I know my purpose. I know what it is I want, and I know what I'm choosing. You hear me? And early enough that maybe you can tire yourself out, go back for a bit of more rest. That's a fact of mundo. That's a fact of mundo. Not not gonna lie, I'll be out of there before the suns come up. What in the vampire loving you got going on, Silly Nate? She said, "I got to go before the sun rises. Imma burn up in the sun if I don't get home before the." Lord, Nay. They said, "I get it in and I get in and out like a bank robbery. I'm in there and I'm out." Look. Listen, that's alright, Nate. Get your wants. One day you're gonna be choosing, and one day you're gonna be chosen, and it's gonna be different. You ain't gonna want to get up before the sun come up, unless it's your job or something important that had to happen. You ain't gonna wanna get up. You're gonna wanna lay there in his arms and him hold you and all the things. Uh-huh. Maybe be time for round 2, round 3, or round 4. Who knows? But you ain't gonna wanna go nowhere with your vampire ass. You know what I'm talking about? Listen, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for the amount of people that are tapped in and tuned in, being as though this is a holiday weekend. You know, the Monday of the holiday. A lot of people are in their beds, probably snoring and pooting right now. Whatever the case may be, I'm glad to see as many people turned up and turned out that did. I really appreciate it. Even if you're still in the bed with your phone and you're just like, I feel whatever. I'm appreciative or whatever, because I almost didn't do the show today because it was a holiday. I said, "You know what? Nah, Big Phil, what you doing? You get on there this morning and do your show. Wow, wow." Look at her talking about yes to multiple rounds. Look, music for God too horny this morning, y'all. This ain't Feel the Love though, so I'm not gonna indulge too deeply in y'all little things or whatever. But I thank each and every one of y'all that have tapped in and tuned in. Do your boy a favor, share this with somebody that you think might like what some of the topics we talked about today. If you would, if you could. Excuse me. Pause. Got a little tickle in the back of my throat. Pause. No diddy. I know what Nate problem is. Reason why she says she got to be out of there before the sun come up. She's scared of falling in love, y'all. That's somebody running from something. She running from the possibilities. She running from being chosen. Uh-huh. Nay. Uh-huh. We know. Uh-huh. Let me close this out. But yeah, one more again, ladies and gentlemen, to show reverence in the remembrance of this brother's life, George Floyd. I don't know why they put the S on there, whatever the case may be, but shout out to clerical type error, clerical errors. Sorry about that. Um, the, to the day this would have made 6 years of his, well, make 6 years, not would have, make 6 years of him being gone, whatever the case may be. And it's a shame that he had to leave this earth in such a way that he did. And I'm glad that some of the officers, if not all of them, but definitely Derek Chauvin is getting what he deserves, be it time and all the things that have taken place dealing with that. But I hope and pray that we don't forget, that we don't, that we never forget. we had to endure, what our forefathers and mothers had to endure for civil rights, what our forefathers and mothers had to endure through the slavery, the Jim Crow era, and all the things. Mir Inam, good morning, good morning. I see you on Twitch. Good morning. He said, "Why are you trying to call people out? Watch yourself. Go ahead, though." I ain't calling nobody out. I ain't did nothing. I ain't did nothing. I'm chilling. I don't want no problem. I don't want no problems. But I kind of end the day on this. I pray that each one of you esteem to be chosen in the various aspects of your life, on your job, in your business, in your communities, more importantly, in your households and in your love life. I hope that you are chosen, and I hope that you are choosing somebody or something as well. And I hope, more importantly, you choose to live a productive life and you choose to live out your purpose. And hopefully, your passion will align with your purpose, and thus you become a double winner. I pray that since most of y'all are off today, that you will take the day to reflect on loved ones, friends, family members that are no longer here, that you will reflect on your own life and life choices, and that you'll work and esteem to be a better individual. You're breathing, why not? That means you got one more chance to get it right. Why don't you? Rest peacefully in paradise. Didn't deserve an injustice being served. That's a fact. That's a fact. The mundo. Simply Nate be trolling. She be playing. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. I'm tired as a yeah. Like I said, I woke up at 3 in the morning, been up ever since. But hopefully on this Memorial Monday, you find some enjoyment in this. You just sitting there reflecting how you're not gonna pay. What you how peep scared you bugged out. Damn it, Jim. Damn it. R.I.P. to those who died serving this effed up country. Do that, do that, do that, that. That's a fact of mundo. And RIP, continue to RIP the family members and friends who we lost along the way, whether it been from to, you know, somebody else's hand, whether it been to disease or natural causes. Death is all the same when it comes to loss and losing the people that you have chosen or have chosen you. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to get up off here. Y'all know what I like to say, ladies and gentlemen. Smile, because you never know what it might do for somebody, including yourself. More importantly, love on somebody on purpose, with purpose. Last but not least, I'm not anti you. I am pro me with the emphasis on building we. Let that marinate your melon till the next time we can chop it up and have a tater. Until that day, baby. Glad to be chosen. Ah, holla! Listen, I ain't even got my thing set up. There you go. Y'all be great. You hear me?
We're one big happy family. We're G-O-D. One big happy family. Hey, hey, thank you for tuning in. Make sure you come back again. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's CMG and Big Phil speech.
Y'all be great. Now get on up out of here. Go to bed. Get out your bed. Whatever it is you're gonna do. Give some. Never mind. I'm out of here. Peace.